And speaking of the Oscars, I know Bob knows that you put yourself out there, so you're ready to be graded.
I am.
Okay, and by the way, you didn't do that bad. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but first we're going to go over quickly, those top 5 categories.
Yeah.
First one, Octavia Spencer won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. You saw that last night. What did you think?
Well, I thought it was well-deserved, and I thought her speech was just wonderful.
It was cute.
So
I think it was a cute speech. The way she was, they were telling her to wrap up, and she wanted to thank so many people, and it was really...
Right.
It's a little frustrating when they try to cut them off when you want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah,
exactly.
Or frustrating when you're the one on TV. We know what that's like sometimes. Well, also Christopher Plummer won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
Finally.
And yeah, finally, because how old is he? 82?
He's 82.
So he's just a couple years younger than the actual Oscars.
He's
themselves,
exactly
right?
right. It was the 84th Oscars. He's 82. He is the oldest person ever to win an Oscar.
Wow.
And well-deserved. He just made Beginners. It was such a good movie, and it was all because of him.
All right, and this next one, I think, shocked a lot of people. Meryl Streep for Best
Shocked
Actress.
me.
Yeah.
But she also she's one of the heavyweights of the Michael Jordan of the Academy Awards, because she's been nominated so many times.
She has.
But it's been a really long time since she's actually won.
I think 29 years or 26 years, something like that, since her last win. So.
And in total, this was 3 Oscars for her, correct?
Right, that's her 3rd.
So that's a pretty elite club to actually bring home 3 Oscars.
And what did you think of her speech? It was kind of like she didn't even expect that she would win.
It didn't appear that she did expect it. I thought it was pretty cool when she went up there and she did her little shtick at the beginning. I thought it was wonderful.
And she also gave, I believe it was Viola Davis, a hug on her way up to the stage.
And Viola Davis was the one everybody thought was going to win.
So very gracious move on behalf of Meryl Streep right there. And of course, Best Actor. This one I don't think surprised anybody. Jean Dujardin. Am I saying that right?
Dujardin.
Dujardin. There we go. I'm not a French speaker, you can tell, but really just amazing because of everything involved in The Artist.
He was so good in The Artist, and I really loved George Clooney in The Descendants. I was kind of hoping that he would pull it out, but The Artist was kind of doing the steamroller effect.
And then when The Artist won for Best Picture as well, does The Artist, when they say they win 5 awards, if you win for Best Actor, does that count as one of the awards?
Right. It won 5 Oscars overall.
Okay.
And it's tied with Hugo with 5 Oscars for the evening. So both of those films did very well. All the other awards were pretty evenly spread out amongst a bunch of different films, and I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, and Hugo's 5 were mostly technical. They had, I believe, editing and what other? They were the technical
look
ones.
It all up.
They all there, at the beginning of the
awards,
show and everything. But yeah, but still, that means overall, definitely a great movie. Quickly now, Billy Crystal is the host for, I believe, the 9th time.
Wonderful.
How did he do?
Absolutely fantastic. I was so happy that he came back. He was funny. He did a good job just thinking on his feet.
All right. Now that report card.
Yeah, Bob, you put yourself out there. We've got to, before you do your movie reviews for the weekend, we've got to give you your reviews for your Oscar report card. Of course, as we said, Best Supporting Actress, Octavia Spencer, you got that one.
I got that one.
And Supporting Actor, Christopher Plummer, you also got that one.
That's right.
Let's move on to Best Actress, Meryl Streep. That one you got wrong because you did select Viola Davis,
I
correct?
did.
As did
I
many
thought she
people.
would.
Yeah,
Most
most people did. Moving on to Best Actor, Jean
Dujardin.
There we go.
Dujardin.
You got that one right, as well as The Artist, which was everyone's favorite. So overall, Bob, your score is 4 stars out of 5.
Oh, thank you.
Not bad. Not bad. That's a pretty good movie score, I would say. And speaking
I got all 5 last year, so I'm slipping a little.
All right. And speaking of those movie scores, big movie weekend as well.
It was. Oscar weekend usually isn't that big of a weekend, but Oscar weekend at the box office gave the award for box office king to a bunch of real-life soldiers. Act of Valor commanded the top spot with $24.7 million, while Tyler Perry's Good Deeds was second with $16 million. Journey to the Mysterious Island was third. Safe House was fourth. The Vow was fifth. And the week's other new releases, Wanderlust was eighth with $6.6 million, and Gone was ninth with $5 million. Gone is pretty much an Amanda Seyfried one-woman show. No one else in the film gets more than about 5 minutes of screen time. This B-movie style standard psychological thriller does enough to keep your interest, barely, but after the film is over, will you remember it? Nope. Gone. Hence the title. 3 stars out of 5. Act of Valor has a noble premise, real action based on real events performed by real-life active duty soldiers. The problem with this is their acting. It's atrocious. I'm not reviewing the military here. I love I love America and I support the troops. I wanted to like this movie, but I just didn't. The action is top-notch. There's just not enough of it. There are only 3 intense sequences. The rest is chatter. Poorly acted, hokey chatter. They should have cut most of the dialogue and stuck in more action. The ending does redeem the film somewhat, but Act of Valor might better have been called Acting of Amateurs. 2.5 stars out of 5. I'm very happy that Jennifer Aniston got a new boyfriend out of Wanderlust because that's about the only good that comes of it. There are some funny moments in the first third of the film, but then it decays dramatically. The nudist guy and the jokes about his male frontal parts get old. We're tired of them and him rapidly, but they keep showing him and them. But the much ballyhooed Jennifer Aniston naked scene doesn't happen. It's all blurred out. Why couldn't they have done that for the naked guy? Wander bust. 2.5 stars out of 5. For my reviews, a look at this week's DVD and Blu-ray releases and more, head over to my website, bobrichardsmoviereviews.com, or link to it at KIVI-TV.com.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. Busy weekend you've had. We'll be right back after this with a final look at the commute and the forecast. Don't go away.